What's up, everyone? My name is Jesse, and this is the auditorium where I react to video game music for the first time. And today's return of Fzero. This is Fzero GX, and we're going to be checking out two songs. First one is Aeropolis, and the second one is For the Glory, otherwise known as Mute City. And apparently Mute City has been a song in the game since the very beginning, so it's kind of like a staple song. But the requester really likes this version. These are from the channels Super Dude 1306 and Mike Kelso 0324. Oh, man, those sound like old school like internet names. Requested by BioSteve and Max. Thank you. We're gonna start off with Aeropolis. And the only thing I know about Fzero is that it's a fast Nintendo racing game, and there's Captain Falcon and apparently someone who looks like Batman. So let's check this out. Welcome to the world of 2,200 kilometers an hour. How much is that in freedom units? All right, this is Aeropolis. I don't know how to say that. Let's go. Aeropolis. By the sound of the title, I'm guessing it's up in the sky. Sky stage. I haven't heard much Fzero, maybe like 2 songs. Ooh, this reminds me of like late 90s Namco. Specifically like Tekken 5. Okay, they turned a siren into a instrument. So it's not all like rock and metal, it's kind of like just fast music. Percussion's really cool. Oh, the synth bass. I didn't notice it at first. It's like the notes are blended in together. Like they're barely separated. Bells. It sounds so arcade. I don't know if Fzero was ever in arcade. But it sounds like it could be like in an arcade. With like your initial D and, you know, and like the race setups. Oh yeah. What was GX? Was that the 64? Sounds kind of like a 64 title. GX. ...2003. I was kind of close on the era. GameCube. Oh, I should have known when I said 2003. I never really got into racing games. I dabbled, but I never like really got into it as a genre. It sounds like a, you know, it sounds like it could be like a fight scene in like Blade or something. It was a little darker sounding. That's it. It loops and loops and loops. Don't know who the composer is on that one, but you know, that was it's one of those like feel good songs, but I could tell one thing, and it's just a feeling that I have recently. I was talking about racing games. I never really dabbled in it. It's funny because I'm lately have been playing like GTA 5 online races with like just Discord friends. And it just reminded me of that, right? Like just moving through like just crazy obstacles and all that. But then I thought about like my history with racing games, and I never really got into them for no particular reason either. It's just, I don't know. And it seems like Fzero was a big deal, maybe even like a pioneer. And it seems like it kind of inspired a lot of other games, because I recently talked about a game called Redout in my Aquatic Vibes video, and also I reacted to one song from it, and I saw footage of it, and it looked like something that like came from Fzero. And I know there's like Wipeout as well. I don't know what came first. I don't know what was like the first video game racing game that was like, you know, well, I don't know the genre of Fzero, but from the looks and aesthetics and like the art, it looks like this kind of futuristic sort of non-realistic car type of thing, right? Like jet type stuff, flight, you know, whatever. So I'm now curious, like, what was the first to actually do that? But the music totally fits. But as much as I was enjoying the music, and this isn't anything bad towards it, it's just I really was thinking to myself, man, like this music, as good as it is by itself, you really need surprise, but you really need to be playing it to really feel that speed. You know, it's not the fastest song in the world, but the tempo is da 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 da. It's pretty fast, right? Even though it's chill and it has like these small, like soft synths, I can just imagine you're hearing like zoom and crashing and all that stuff, and there's probably a bunch of voices. You know, the whole sound design really, I can hear it coming together here, thus making these songs. Well, who knows? Maybe I have to think, because I would have to imagine most racing game music, the music is kind of hard to hear, or maybe just like it's slightly there. Unless you, of course, turn the game sounds down or something. Or maybe in this case, this is one of those games where the music is turned up loud and you can just experience it that way, and that's how you've been able to like remember it all this time later. Very curious about that, because the only experience I had with racing games, like when I think of racing, I think of Gran Turismo. I played the first two games, and those two games are just licensed music. So I don't think of music when it comes to racing games. You know what I mean? Like just how I grew up. Of course, I'm aware that they exist, but it's just not something that I encountered when I was growing up. Aeropolis. I think it's Aeropolis, like Metropolis. Well, I'm going to assume a lot of songs. I don't want to say they sound like that, but they all have the same kind of feel. Although the other ones I heard were kind of like rock, so maybe not. But they all have a sense of speed. As far as like a visual or anything, I'm just going to guess based solely on the title that it's like up in the sky, like just an aerial stage. It's kind of hard to not think that one is called Aeropolis. So yeah, cool. Oh, and the last thing, it really sounds, like I said earlier, it really sounds like an arcade. Like as soon as you step into an arcade, I feel like this song plays like out of every machine. Not a bad thing, but it just has that like lively, like come play me. I can see the high score screen walking by and just hearing doo 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 doo. So let me know if F-Zero ever made it to an arcade or if it's always been console. Okay, next we have apparently a big deal song. This is Mute City, otherwise known as For the Glory. I don't know if For the Glory is like the name of a track or something, or I know I'm pretty sure this is not the original, but that's okay. Okay, let's see what an iconic F-Zero song sounds like. Mute City. This sounds very much like a product of its time, the early 2000s. It just reminds me of like Sonic and kind of, like I said, like the Namco side, like the Tekken 5 era. I haven't heard much GameCube music now that I think about it. Oh, I love that. That was sick. I love dynamics like that, where they stop the rhythm or something. It seems to be an ethereal synth all the time. The song is busy. Guitar sounds great. Yeah, it just sounds like these songs are for cruising. Kind of Capcom-ish too, a little bit. Who makes F-Zero? To Google. Oh, that's nice. Hidenori Shoji is like a brother. Oh, I think I knew that already. I forgot. Well, oh yeah, that's sick. And Taiki Koshu. Oh, that was sick. Alright, I have the Wikipedia pulled up. Oh, I like this change. I love drum and bass. Ooh, damn. What a drastic change. Oh, is it fading out? Ooh. Oh, the guitar's getting good there. Hold on before I start yapping. I really wanted to know if that loop, because I wanted to see how it goes from that back to the original part. I'm gonna look at the original if it exists, which it probably does. Oh boy. Yeah, it exists. There's a Melee version? Of course there is. Okay. I'm going to take it upon myself to hear the Super Nintendo version, which I don't think I've ever heard the Super Nintendo F-Zero ever. Mute City from the channel Stig Thomas Eliasson. No one requested this. I just wanted to hear the original. So hold on. Melodies. Oh, I really like that actually. The like this would stand out like crazy because of the chiptune blasting it up a CRT. 1991. Who played this? Who has heard this on its original console when it came out? When it came out. Oh man. So much pulsating. Yeah, we definitely have the sense of movement. I'm assuming this is just a city stage, like you're just blowing through like a downtown or something. I don't know why it's called Mute. Short loop. Yeah, that part's good. I wish it lasted longer. But it's good. It's almost over. Yeah. Yeah, a couple things. I was thinking as I was hearing this, once I found out I was on the GameCube, I haven't really heard that much GameCube now to think about it. And I truly wonder how much I've heard. It's got to be less than like 5 songs. Somewhere around there. I guess whatever Fzero I've done, because I've done GX before, I think. What else? Majora's Mask, was that GameCube? I don't. Damn, people already know that I haven't heard much Nintendo to begin with, but I think the GameCube was like probably one of the least, and the 64 that I've heard the least. I don't know actually. All Nintendo systems I've heard maybe like a handful of songs. Anywho, so yeah. I could totally hear this like standing out, whether it was the original or the GX version. I could see why it's kind of like a mainstay. It's got memorable lines, doom 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 dun, 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 things like that just become memorable the more and more you hear it. Especially, I heard it for maybe 7 minutes total. Imagine just hearing it, playing it all the time for hours and all that stuff. It's gonna get stuck in your head. And I really like the dynamic change between Aeropolis and this. Like, Aeropolis sounded kind of like tame compared, like it still had that speed and tempo, but it was a little more chill and kind of just coasting. Whereas this one felt, obviously, it was a little more rock, You know, the GX version especially had a lot more metal instead of rock. It was like metal and like electronic. But the guitar sounded great. The palm muting. But the original, which again was not requested, but one, you know, I felt that I liked this one, so I wanted to hear the original. But also, you know, people would have just been like, "Hey, why don't you hear the original? It's so much better." Blah, blah, blah. You can really tell that like the memory was so much smaller back then because the loops were like 30, 40 seconds, and it's still cool though. But damn, it's like so Mute City, huh? Yeah, I don't. I'm just going off of these titles. I'm guessing it's just quite literally like a. It looks like a night skyline, or this could just be the menu. So I don't know. It looks like the menu now that I think about it. I don't know what Mute City looks like. Let's look at Mute City, because I'm not getting the music isn't really telling me any setting. Oh, before that, I have the Wikipedia for GX. Fzero AX, the arcade counterpart, uses the Triforce arcade system board. Oh. From a conceived business alliance between Nintendo, Namco, and Sega. Damn, that's a... Oh, that's Triforce. It was released alongside GX in 2003. Yeah, so Hidenori Shoji. That's I remember that now. That rings a bell. I remember looking that up back then. What was I gonna search? Oh yeah, Mute City. Oh man, that Smash version is probably crazy. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, yeah. So it looks like this kind of futuristic metropolitan area. Yeah, it looks very futuristic. It looks like, yeah, looks like it's like in the year like 4000, but it does look like a city sprawling and lots of tall buildings. Okay, cool. Yeah, because like the music, I don't think music, like, I don't know, you guys tell me, but I think the music for this game and most racing games, let me know. I would imagine that it's kind of hard to pinpoint that they match their area that well, maybe. Because at the end of the day, the purpose is just to drive fast and turn and get to the finish line. I'm sure, you know, there's like variances where like maybe there's like a beach stage somewhere, not in this game, but, or maybe there is, I don't know. And it's, you know, it sounds like tropical or something like that. But I would have to say that it just feels that way, where the purpose of the soundtrack of racing games, correct me if I'm wrong, is just to have music there and to just sound good and just sound fast and, you know, to serve its purpose. But let me know what soundtrack, if even this one, some examples of songs that really fit like their area, like their stage, if they belong to a stage, or if they're just songs that just cycle through random stages. So, but these seem like they're specific to them, so let me know. I don't know anything about these things, so they're just assumptions. Anyways, really cool, both of them. Although the original is going to get stuck in my head, I think. That little low piano note thing, that's going to get stuck in my head. Thank you to Max and Biosleeve. Who knows when the next Fzero is? I'm not sure I have that many requests for it, but I look forward to it and learning more about Captain Falcon and the other guy. And who else? Are there any other iconic characters? Because I only know Captain Falcon. All right. Thank you to everyone that you see on screen, platinum supporters that couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Later.